Today we are going to see how to implement queue data structure in Java. A queue is an abstract data structure which should be backed up by any other data structure. So a queue will follow FIFO order, which means first in, first out. In our daily life, we will see this queue in many places. For example, it is a ticket counter. The person who enters this queue will be given the ticket first, and the person who enters last will left the queue last. So we will try to implement the same data structure in Java. So this is an abstract data linear structure. So for this example, we are taking employee as our queue element. Let us try to create an employee queue here. So in this example, we are backing up with array data structure. So let me create an employee array. This is our queue. And also we need to track the front and the back elements of the array. So for this I am creating two integer variables, front and back. Whenever we are using arrays, we need to initialize with the size. So for that I am creating a array queue constructor to initialize the size of the array. So I am taking an argument constructor here. So let me initialize the size of the array. Employee array with size capacity. So our queue is now created. So we need to add elements to the queue first. So for that I am creating a public method for adding elements to the queue. So for this I am creating, so we are adding employee objects into this queue. So I am taking employee. So whenever we are adding an element, we should check whether the queue is filled or not. Because we are using here the arrays, so we need to check whether this queue is filled or not. For this I am checking. So how can you know that the queue is filled? For that we will see the index of the back element. So index of the back element is equal to the queue length, then we can say that the queue is filled. For this, whenever the queue is filled, we need to resize the queue. So for that I am checking queue dot length. If it is equal to back index, then we need to resize the array. For this I am taking new array. So in this new array I am taking, okay, I am taking the double the size of the queue length. So we will increase the size. So I am increasing the size here. So whenever the size is increased, we need to copy the old data into new array. For this I am using system. In java.lang package we have a array copy method. We need to enter the source array, that is queue here, and the starting index is 0, and also the target array is our new array, and the starting index is 0. I need to copy all the queue elements, that is why I am giving here queue dot length. So in this way we can copy all the elements into our array. And also I need to modify this queue variable here. I need to assign the new array. So in this way we can resize the array. After resizing this array, we need to add the elements to the front of the array. Because we are following FIFO order, we need to add the elements to the back of this queue. So for this I am assigning queue of back equal to employee. Whenever the variable is passed in this add method, this should come to the back. And for next insertion, I am increasing the back size here. So in this way we can add elements into this queue. Let us test this code, and also let me add one more method to print the queue elements. Let us write a method that is public void print queue. I am printing this queue. For this printing queue, let me iterate over that array. For this I am writing for each dot length. So let me print this. Okay, I am printing queue of I. So in this way, I have already created a method, and we are adding. I have initialized with queue size as 10. So I am adding Jane Jones, John Doe, and Mary Smith, and Mike Wilson, and Billion. Okay, let me check. Let me run this code to check whether it is giving the correct output or not. Let us go back to the console. If you see here, it is adding J Jones to the top. It is adding J Jones to the top, and John Doe, and the Mary Smith, and Mike Wilson, and Billion. The same way that what we have added to this queue. In the next video, we are going to see how to remove an element from queue, and also how to look the last element in the queue. Thank you very much.